Hi everyone!
We asked you to ask us some questions that you might have had about relationships and dating and boys on Twitter. Everybody wants to be loved.
Everybody loves.
So we're gonna try to give you some relationship advice. When were you girls allowed to start dating?
16.
16. What do you think is the key to having a successful relationship?
What's most important to me in a relationship is that we are on the same page about a lot of things, like same religion, same interests. Not everything has to be the same, but I find that it's better if you have similar interests because there's more you can do together.
I feel like for me, someone who invests time in me and cares as much as you care for them.
I think if you both are really focused on working together a lot on things and allowing God into your relationship, that just helps keep you focused and like keeps the dumb things out of your relationship and your life, and it helps you look at the more important things and the great things about each other when you are both working towards things together, especially if it points towards God. I don't know, I think that's a key to a good relationship.
The key to having a really successful relationship is being selfless, and that goes for any relationship within your family or in a dating relationship. If you try to be selfless and just serve the other person, you'll find that both of you are a lot happier. How many kids do you each want to have? We get asked this question a lot actually because we come from such a big family.
I've never been someone that's like, I want this many kids, this many girls and boys, and here are their names. I do hope to have a family on the larger side because I know how fun it is. You never know what God's plan is, so.
Yeah, I think I want like 3 or 4. I think that's a good number.
I'd say like 5 or 6. 6 maybe max.
It's fun having a big family, but as many as I felt like was right, me and my husband felt like was right, I would have faith in that. If you could date a celebrity, who would it be? Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Oh,
She won't take up the rest of the
be
video.
careful.
Well, he'd have to be wholesome.
But
if we're just talking looks, it's Justin Bieber all the way.
I feel like he'd be charming though.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
he
he'd
would
be
take-
charming and sweet. I
take
think
you on
he'd be
nice-
Well, that's gonna be a problem because I want to date him.
I just had a dream that I went on a date with Hunter Hayes and
Is that where the song came from?
what?
Secret love.
You love, what's his name? Aaron Johnson.
Oh yeah,
He's
for years.
married, but
Oh,
it's
he's
with
married.
Ghosts.
Okay,
Back in the day.
pre-marriage Aaron Johnson. What are the qualities that you are looking for in a man? We used to think that you could have a list of qualities that you're looking for. If you have that list of, I want him to be like this, and I want him to have this quality, I want him to be athletic and smart and put together, then you need to take that list and apply it to yourself. So it's more about making yourself the kind of person that you want to find, and then you'll attract that person rather than having a list of expectations for someone else.
Yeah, you gotta be what you want to
Be what you want to attract.
Get to a point where you would date yourself.
Not bad.
What's your favorite breakup song?
I like Potential Breakup Song by Ally and AJ.
Yeah, they forgot it was her
You
birthday.
took too long, you took too
Was
long, you took
stupid.
too long for you to go back.
You just lost the best thing, is that right?
I think by Cherise.
Or maybe it's just best thing.
I love Happily Ever After by the Girls.
Oh my god!
That is not allowed.
That's not even a real song.
I really love.
You really want to go to war? He wants to play! He's ready. But his owner's not very playful.
Can I say mine? I really loved Nothing Like Starting Over by Hunter Hayes. Have you all ever had a crush on the same guy?
You and you. Was me.
Oh, we did!
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
2
for like
days.
maybe a day, and then we
A
got to
day.
know him, and both of us.
And
were
both of us like, you can have him.
What are the cutest ways guys have asked you out to dances or to go out? I got asked to prom a really cute way. We filled up a bunch of balloons, and he had puzzle pieces in all the balloons, and then I had to pop them and put the puzzle together, and it asked me to prom.
But one of my favorites, I went on a date in Hawaii when we were going to school there, and we rode in this Jeep to dinner, and it was so fun because it's Hawaii. And that was really fun, really thoughtful.
I went to a place where I bottle fed baby cubs I love bears, and so it was really fun. I got to like pet the bears and feed them, and there were deer and stuff that you could like pet, and a little warthog. It was really fun.
Good date.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think the best date that I've ever been on was to Disneyland.
Oh my.
Which is like
that's
my favorite place in the world, but to be there with the person that you care about most is just magical, and we literally ate all day long. What do you think is a good age range for getting married? Everyone is different.
Yeah. I think you know personally when would be like the right time in your life.
For me, ideally, it would 20s. Because we're all like family oriented, I want to still be able to have kids and have energy to raise them.
Yeah.
So I don't want to wait that
Yeah.
long, but.
What is the most awkward dating story you have?
The most awkward dating experience I had, and it was so awkward because we didn't even get to that point. It was Valentine's Day. I didn't really know the guy, and he asked me to go spend like the whole day like in a different town, like on Valentine's Day. I was like, that's what you do like when you've been dating a person for a long time, not like, hey, this is our first date on Valentine's Day, let's go. He comes up to me in person, he asked me, and like in the moment I kind of freaked out a little bit, and I was like, okay, yeah. And then I realized like an hour later, I was like, I can't go with him. I don't know this guy. This could be really sketchy. I had to call him and meet up with him again and then tell him that I wasn't going. It was so awkward. He took another girl and they're engaged.
Wow.
Then you
So
would
it
have gotten
was meant to
away.
be. I would
So
have
it's
gotten
Wow.
away.
The only awkward times I can think of is like when it's the second or third date and you know they're thinking it's serious, and you're like, and by the second or third date you're realizing this isn't gonna work. So they, for example, like try to put their arm around you and you just gotta leave or something. It's so awkward to handle that. That's the only time I can really think that's been weird.
I have had so many awkward experiences, but I think the most awkward was I really liked this guy. We hung out a lot and I really liked him, and I thought that he liked me too. And then randomly, it was just like any other day, I was just like, hey, we should hang out after school or whatever. And he like pulled me aside, took me somewhere else, and was like, I just want to clarify that like we're just like hanging out, right? Like it's nothing more than that, right? And I was just like, oh yeah, sure. I was just like mortified.
Well, I think that's important though, to avoid those awkward situations, is don't lead somebody.
Yeah, don't lead
Don't lead
people
people
on. It's sad. And then I wrote a song about him. There's two sides to being a songwriter and dating. One is that every boy you date thinks every song is about him. Or the other is that
Could have been about your sandwich.
Or the other is that you break up and it's really bad and you write songs about them and they hear them.
I do think it's funny when they're like, that's totally me. And I'm like, no, that was the guy from last week, which you don't know about, and actually he's your roommate.
Do you think there is too much pressure to just be in a relationship instead of actually having a good one?
Yeah, definitely. When you're my age, like 16, there's a lot of pressure to have a boyfriend and, you know, go to homecoming with your boyfriend or prom, but I found that I just don't really care that much like other girls do. I don't need a boyfriend to be happy or like myself or whatever. So don't worry about having a boyfriend in high school. If it comes, then great, and if not, then you have so much time.
What would be your ideal first date?
I'd either want to go like with a group and do like a bonfire at the beach because that'd be so fun, or go mini golfing.
There's always ups and downs in every relationship. How do you handle it if it comes to the worst? You just have to take it one step at a time, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time if you have to, and just have hope that there is someone better out there for you. When you trust in God, you know that there's something better out there for you, so it'll help you get through it.
I think that during those hard times, you have to really be honest with yourself, and you know, if they're worth working through it, then you can work through anything together. It's not, Haley always says, if they don't make you want to be better or make you glow, then it's probably not a good relationship to be in.
But at the same time, if you're going through that and you're trying to work through something, pay attention to how the other person, how much effort they're putting in, because if it's just one-sided and you're the only one fixing things, then that's the hardest thing, is accepting that it's probably not going to work after you've put in so much effort if you're the only one putting in effort to save your relationship.
In a relationship that you're invested in and you know you want to work,
Yeah.
it takes work.
Right.
You have to be wrong sometimes.
Right.
You have to.
You're gonna run into things.
Yeah, you have
Not
to
perfect.
accept things about the other person
And even though, like, I think you can be really compatible and have great days most days, you're gonna run into different things because you're not gonna agree on everything.
I think all of us really value respect. And if you are, like what Haley was saying, thinking about the other person and wanting the best for them, then you automatically are going to have a certain level of respect there for each other. And I think that that will carry you through a relationship and make a relationship great and last long.
Because I think that respect and that trust that you build lasts through life and will last through when you get old, because I feel like a lot of people base their relationships off of physical attraction, and that's kind of funny because that's the only thing that changes in life. Even though I do think you should be attracted to the person, be attracted to their personality and their spirit and their talents, like their, what's the word I'm looking for?
their character.
Character, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure they appreciate you for yours as well.
Thank you for sitting in on this counseling session.
Now we're all ready to be in love or whatever.
Yeah, I'm ready to go on a
date. You guys can do it. You can make your relationships work and be really happy, and it's one of the greatest parts of life.
Yes.
Being in love with someone and being loved.
If you're going through a breakup or you're in love, check out our music. We love you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Good night, everybody.